Not today.
Mr. President, what's your reaction to the images coming from the southern border?
Get it under control.
Get it under control, or you have it under control?
We will get it under control.
Has President Biden ever been to the southern border?
In his life?
Yes.
I will have to look back in my history books and check the times he's been to the southern border.
We have been looking all morning, and we cannot find any record of him visiting the border as president, vice president, senator, or even as a concerned citizen. Why would that be?
Joe Biden hasn't bothered to come to the border. Kamala Harris was named the border czar, and she's yet to come visit the Rio Grande. She took one trip to El Paso. El Paso is a wonderful city, but it's nowhere near the epicenter of this crisis. El Paso is 800 miles away from the Rio Grande Valley. To give you a sense of that, Chicago is closer to Washington, D.C. than El Paso is to the Rio Grande Valley.
This border crisis requires more than 2 days of work. Right, I had dinner with the president of Guatemala, and he told me he hadn't seen or heard from the vice president since she visited in July. That is a problem. That's not solving anything. That's not solving the root problem or the existing problem at all.
Every chance they've had to make a public policy statement about immigration enforcement or border security, they've sort of stepped back from the rule of law.
You can't be this dumb, okay? I mean, you just can't be this stupid to change all these policies, and then they will never go back to the policies that work, because then they'd have to admit, you know what, President Trump was right.
The statements that he's made about what's going on down there don't comport with the facts, right? First it was seasonal, that this always happens. That's not the case.
If Joe Biden or Kamala Harris gave two flips about what was happening at the border, they'd come down.
If he cared, he would step up and do something about it. But he does not care about the carnage that he's causing to lives and communities across the entire country.
It's very clear that the Biden administration has abandoned Americans along the border. They simply don't want to talk about it. They don't want to show up. They don't care.
On his first day in office, Joe Biden immediately halted construction of the border wall, literally instructed the builders to drop their tools right where they lay.
I'd like to say that the border crisis is Biden's first crisis. Just undid all these things that were working.
All of the Democrats who went on and on and on about kids in cages, not a one of them gives a damn. They're not going down seeing the cages. They don't care about the teenage boys trapped in gang life. They don't care about the teenage girls trapped in sexual slavery. It's all political to them. And it's truly heartbreaking.
I've literally stood on the, right at the edge of the United States, and you've seen people come across, and as they're coming across, we've often asked them, why are you choosing to come and make this dangerous journey now? And I can't tell you how many times I've heard, oh, well, because the new president is welcoming us, or, before it was very hard to cross the border, and or we get turned away. And they've just told us repeatedly from all different parts of the world that the border's open and we can get in now.
Would you have tried to do this when Donald Trump was president?
Definitely not.
So did you come here because Joe Biden was elected president?
Basically.
As long as he can support his woke agenda, he's fine with Americans suffering.
It is a crisis, and it keeps getting worse because neither Biden nor Harris are willing to do anything to solve this crisis.
Mr. President, will you go to the border?
Meth, cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, it all finds a place in America, doesn't it?
You can't say this is humane. You can't say this is compassionate.
Joe Biden does not care that people are dying today.
What the hell is wrong with this? This is America.